I grew up in Ogden, Utah, the oldest of 4 children, part of a family that had lived and settled in Ogden in the early 1900s. When I was 16, I wanted to get a part-time job while I was going to high school, and a natural, easy place to work was the Smith's Food and Drug Store on 42nd and Harrison, and continued to work there as I finished high school. When I started up at Weber State, I had the opportunity to branch into being a cashier. Then later, when I came back from a 2-year mission, had the chance to get into store management. It was a great time in my personal growth as I was able to continue my studies and education, but also get that management experience at store level. In 2013, as I wanted to continue to advance, I made the move to go down to the fries division in Phoenix. Then in 2019, I got a call to see if I was interested in coming to the Pacific Northwest to work at the Fred Meyer division, which brought a lot of new challenges and learning opportunities. And then in October of 2022, I was promoted to be the president of the Fred Meyer division. When I initially started at Weber State, it was likely due that it was just close to home and it worked out well for me. It was a natural place for me to go, being a resident of Ogden, and I always appreciated the smaller class sizes and being able to get to know a professor at a great level. And if I ever needed assistance or needed to have a conversation with a professor, I felt I had that ability to do so. I have a lot of memories of my time at Weber State. I'll never forget the snowy mornings, parking up by the Lynn Lecture Hall and coming down to the Social Science Building and trudging through the snow, but also the great relationships and friendships that I made with professors and other fellow students. I had many professors that really left a mark on me and made me think differently. Gene Sessions, the history teacher, I was always fascinated by American history and thought that he was an outstanding professor. Also in sociology with L.K. Gillespie, and getting his different views and approaches to social issues was always something that I enjoyed. And then later in the business program, so many great professors in the Goddard School of Business, from Lois Ann Cattleman to Gordon Allred in social science and English. Over the last few years, I've really started to think about how I can give back. And as I started to consider different organizations that were important to me, one of the first and most natural places was really for me where it all started, back at Weber State. And as I've thought about how I can pay it forward, being part of Weber State's mentorship program has been incredibly satisfying for me. I've been able to connect with students, give them thoughts, give them advice, and even things to think about as they pursue their career. As I think back on my time at Weber State, I picked up many great skills and values that I've been proud to apply in my daily life. One is, I think back to all the many group projects that I had at Weber State and how they prepared me to work with others in such a great way. I also think back to all the different skills I learned, whether it's business foundations, communication, finance, all the different knowledge aspects that I picked up really created a great foundation for me to flourish, not only personally, but professionally as well. I'm a proud graduate of Weber State University, and as people ask about my education background, I'm always proud to say where I went to school. One thing holds true is that Weber State is still a great place for students from all over northern Utah, or really all over the world for that matter, to come and have a great education experience. It's fun to come back and see these big physical changes, know that at the heart of everything, that Weber State is still a great place to come and study and to grow.